going to some job you don't care about for like because you have to is like
essentially someone paying for your time, which is really important so they can make money. Right?
And when,
or if it's a public service thing, that's different.
And like when it's built into society, like it used to be that your father left you land and then you built on that land and then you took some of the livestock and then like that happened for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And you maybe acquire more land and acquire more livestock. Yeah. But that's basically the idea of it. Now you get these fucking mortgages and like you got to have a car. And then the price goes up because we go into debt to pay for it. But because they know we have to go into debt and live our whole lives paying for it, the price goes up, which makes the debt bigger.
Yeah, yeah, and like what you're talking about, it's like slave. you get like land from your father, or whatever. Like what you're talking about was the Agrarian Revolution, but that's not sustainable.
What is that?
Because you have and what happened
is pre-agricultural revolution.
So we're talking about like the agricultural revolution, or I think they call it
worst
agrarian revolution
ever.
I'll
take the technological revolution and
it really did change things,
everything.
But because it freed other people to do different things.
Yeah, you could. But
it also was
blacksmith
like,
or a.
It was like that whole passing down to your kids and people living those lives forever. That wasn't sustainable because what ended up happening is like. You'd have 4 kids and then you'd split the land into quarters. And then the next generation, they split that into quarters. And so really like that was not sustainable. And then that's when you see like the boom of other things. We get into the Industrial Revolution and all that because agriculture isn't sustainable for large groups of people to do, right? Because there's only so much land.
But yeah, I mean, we can totally I would disagree with you, my friend. I would disagree with you.
Let's make more land.
You can acquire more land through purchase or conquest. You can just get some more land.
There's people on that land already, right?
What do you mean? You look around Saskatchewan, it's like fields of nobody, and then you look over here, it's like fields of nobody. No, that's true.
Saskatchewan is like an anomaly.
Well, no, but you can. Saskatchewan, not everywhere is like Japan either. Like Saskatchewan's an anomaly and Japan's an anomaly. Like there's that middle ground that makes up most of the world.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We're using all the land.
For what?
Something.
But we could be...
Every piece of land in the world is... Something's happening, whether it's like... We just got nature here, whether it's being farmed, whether it's cities. It's all taken up, right? Every time you do one change... You can make changes to the land. You can say, oh, this isn't farmland anymore. It's a city. That happens a lot here. You can do this isn't grassland anymore. It's farmland. That's what happened 100 years ago here. Mm-hmm. But you're just changing the purpose, right?
If it's privately owned, you can do whatever you want with it. Or if it's chalked up into everybody living in cities, and then you pay a handful of farmers to make food for everyone, like that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is you split all that land up into
it's another thing so that like resource economy is unsustainable either because there's only so much oil, there's only so much I guess trees you can replant.
Keep finding more,
but like but I mean, like
keep being able to use it more efficiently.
Going heavy on resources isn't sustainable. That's why I think it's like, I don't know. I think the arts are going to save the world because the arts, because
paint a goddamn picture, feed your kids with it. You could draw a picture of a turkey, you still can't chop its head off
because there's only so much stuff, right? But there is basically every time you stream something on Netflix or whatever, you paid for that. You just bought an idea. Someone showed you ideas and you paid for it.
So we're living in an information age.
Yeah. I mean, of course, there's the parts of the computer and all that, but for our economy to work, we need to be selling and buying, and there's less and less stuff to sell and buy, right? So
yeah, I could get into this.
We could.
I could eat this like a turkey painting.
Oh, well, what do you want to say? Get into it.
Oh, like you want to get into it in the third hour?
get the I want to see if I have any more questions.
All right. I just think that I would prefer going back a couple of centuries, make this world great again. Like I'd prefer a more simplistic way where like I can provide for my family with the means of in my yard, with food and with
right,
really like the things that I can make with, and the people were doing that for thousands and thousands of years, and it just in the blink of an eye we've changed it. And then we say, well, we can go back to the way it was. I go, are you crazy? Like,
you don't want to do that sometimes?
What do you mean?
Go back.
All the time I want to go back.
You do?
Yes. I don't want to.
Me too.
We should all live on farms. All live on like acres. We should all have an acre of land or whatever you want to buy. You can have the biggest hectares and hectares of land.
Can't do it though.
Why not?
Without mass. Okay, so
the mess.
Without mass casualties, I was going to say, because
gotta crack a couple eggs to make an omelet.
Okay, so right now, so let's say we go back to, we revert the Industrial Revolution. So let's say we're going back to you're planting your own food, you're doing all that, and you can only do that with animal power and human power. So let's say that's.
But we have.
So you do have other technology.
We have that now. Like,
so you
use iPads, we still have cars, we still have computers.
Okay.
That was the iPad. We still have so there's 3 revolutions, right? The Industrial Revolution, that was second. The first one was the Agricultural Revolution, and the third one is technological. We still have all that. If we all decide to buy a plot of land, go out there, you can still.
There's not enough room, no.
Of course, there's room.
There is not enough room.
I guarantee you, there's room.
Well, okay, how many people on the planet right now?
7 billion.
7 billion. And how much land?
And if everyone lived in a little apartment like this, everyone can live inside Texas.
But that's what you're saying. We have to farm, though.
No, but what I'm saying is that's how big the world is and how few people there are, is that everyone could live
So
inside
everything is
Texas.
Farmland or apartments?
No, not apartments. I'm not suggesting that. I'm saying it's possible. That's how little people and much land we're talking about right now, is that we could all fit inside Texas.
You know what? It would be easy to do the math. We'd have to find out square mileage of the world, population of the world, birth rate, which is about like 2.7, I think. And then we could figure out how plausible.
We could figure it out.
Yeah, but let's just pretend. But instead, let's just have our opinions.
Okay. Which I'll take to the grave.
And not look it up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all the questions I have.
Oh man, I love these. I just want to swim in it.
That was a lot
of
questions. I have.
How much time was that? I loved it. That was a lot of fun.
100 hours? How does this work?
Oh, that felt like 100 hours.
35 hours? Do we? I'm not sure how this recorder.
Well, I got here around 12, and we started probably around 1.
You didn't get here at 12, did you?
No, 12:30. 12:30.
Oh, so you and Carrie were chatting for a bit.
Yeah, we were chatting for a little bit.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, this has been a Duplass one, and our show was Paddleton, and you might have been like, you guys didn't talk about the film. Yeah, that's the whole thing of the podcast.
The film is a vehicle for conversation.
Exactly.
Can I tell you one thing though before we leave?
Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend, after we watched the movie, were laying there, and I told her that she was my Paddleton. And she knew what I meant.
I don't know what you mean.
I didn't mean the game in the movie.
Okay, yeah.
I mean like, you're my life companion. Like, I look at you.
I'll help you kill yourself one day.
That's right. If you ever need me to, just say the word and we'll drive to a pharmacy.
Yeah.
And and she's like, "Aw." You know what I mean.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You're one of my Paddletons, bud.
Oh, high five, man.
I just love you a lot. Respect you. Think you're a great guy.
Back at you.
And, we don't agree on almost anything politically or... that's okay. That's okay.
How you, like, if you have any friends and they, all of a sudden it came out that they disagreed with you about literally everything, and you thought to yourself, I don't want to see that person or hang out with them or talk to them anymore, I would say that you should stop talking to them now. Because you have to be able to disagree.
Sure.
You have to be able to have these conversations. And when you find out that you disagree and go, holy man, like that person doesn't think at all like the way I think, and you still maintain that friendship, that's how you know you got something special.
Okay. Paddleton, Garret DuLaurier, stand-up comedian, not a musician anymore. You can see some of his stand-up comedy when he videotapes some next month.
Are you going to help me with that?
I do it. I'm taping it.
Good.
And then I'll put it up. And you can't see it yet.
Yet.
So, see ya.